I can't believe
So
we're about
much
to
nicer.
cancel Fuzi.
What?
This is amazing.
It's 2021. You can't. I don't want to be canceled. I haven't done anything to be canceled.
Lauren for the pre-show was like, "Well, we're about to cancel him. We're gonna get his ass. This is gonna be so good."
Try.
Yep, let's go home.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the pod. Welcome back to Wild Till 9. We have a special guest today, and it's someone that I've been friends with for 7 years. They're already in the title, so you already know. And it's also someone whose name I've been pronouncing wrong for the last 7 years. And at this point, we've just accepted it.
How?
Wait, what?
FoozyTube, everyone.
Yeah, she's on the Z.
To be fair, I think she got me on the wrong train.
I did.
And I had to untrain myself.
You let me say that for the first 4 years of our friendship.
I still let you say it.
Oh
There's
yeah,
nothing
well,
wrong with
it's
it.
been too long now. We can't
Like,
go
just
back.
Say it again.
Foozy.
Okay, I thought you were about to say tube. That's when I was gonna correct you.
Oh no.
Fuzi's
Yeah,
fine. You can call me that.
yeah, but it's Fuzi. Fuzi.
It don't matter. I like Fuzi. With you, it's Fuzi.
I know. So anyway.
Yusuf.
Yeah, Yusuf. Well, you know what
Eric
Fuzi. You know
Robb.
what Fuzi comes from, right?
Is it backwards?
No, that's what everyone thinks. It's not right.
Fuzi. I don't know.
I mean, no matter what your branding will ever change into or anything, I always refer to you as the DIY queen.
You really do.
I really do.
Yeah, you really do.
Like
I do as well.
DMs, text, whatever. I'm like, thank you, DIY queen. Like, it's just that's how I know Lauren.
I feel like that came from me editing all your Instagram photos.
No, it just like I remember the days in downtown Hollywood when you were the DIY queen. Like,
Aw.
just
Yes.
Wait, what do you mean were the DIY queen?
huh?
Is she not
Yeah,
anymore?
it's past tense now. I'm just
okay,
not.
got it.
I've lost my.
Yeah. I said she's always the DIY
And
queen.
the way you set it up to me is like,
Did you
like
see-
no matter how far you come.
Did
and-
you see those Crocs stilettos?
Yeah.
Thank
Are you talking
you
about your
so
Yeezys downstairs?
much.
No,
No,
the
my-
one she did, the pink one.
My pink Croc stiletto. Yeah, Jeremy did not give me enough credit for the Croc stilettos.
Bruh.
I know. So anyways, we have Fuzi here today. Yusuf Fuzi.
Fuzzy Fuzzy.
An entire
Fuzi.
episode on how to pronounce
and how to
my
pronounce
name.
your name. So Fuzi and I have been friends for like 7 years. We met in New York at a YouTube event, and I feel like we're fast friends. I'll never forget one of the first times we ever hung out when I came to LA. I still lived in Toronto. We went to Cheesecake Factory. And you were like, it was before like your weight loss journey. Do you remember this at Cheesecake Factory?
No, I remember. Oh, and the bread incident.
bread.
Oh my God.
That was the first time we
Jeremy,
ever
look how mean
hung
this
up.
is. The fact that
Hung
she
out.
still brings this up.
Well, because it was our first hangout.
What's the bread incident?
So, Fuzi, we were at Cheesecake Factory, and like, you know how, and also, are you brown bread or white bread at Cheesecake Factory?
Both.
That's
Okay,
true.
that's a good answer. I'm strictly just the white bread, and he likes the brown bread.
Okay.
Anyways, this is good because it didn't start
Indicative.
a war if you had taken one side. Anyways, Fuzi, this is pre like fitness journey. Fuzi took 2 of those like big rectangle butter cubes and like sandwiched them inside, like cut the bun open, sandwiched 2 of the butter cubes inside, and then ate it like that. And I'd never seen anyone do that in my entire
And
life.
to her, till this day.
And real
that's-
quick, where's the problem?
Exactly. Exactly.
No, it's just a foreign delicacy. You know what I mean? I just never seen it before.
Yo, I eat. Even right now, I eat. I've gained weight. I put on pounds. I know how to eat.
Why is that so bad? Let the man eat some
No,
butter.
it's not bad. And then the second thing I remember is that you were the fastest eater that I have hands down ever
Still,
met.
to
Yeah,
this day.
still.
Are
Yeah.
you butter?
Yeah.
So you're food shaming him.
I'm not food shaming. I'm not food shaming. That's
fair-
a talent to
fair-
eat as fast as Fuzi can.
I have heard the story about how Fuzi downs butter behind your back. So like that's how it transpired.
It was our first hangout. It was a memorable hangout.
You know what would be a dope episode? If you guys are going to flip. If I was your relationship therapist and I just got to sit with you guys with a pen and paper and talk out your problems.
That's the second half of the podcast.
Oh my
Surprise!
God, I would love that.
It's your episode. Whatever you want. That's
I'm
it.
just enjoying watching you guys go at it right now.
Our body language changes. We're like, okay, that's fine.
So we've been friends for 7 years. You have lived between LA and you did a quick stint in New Jersey.
I did.
But you're in LA again. Like, how are you feeling about everything? You also just hosted like the TikTok versus YouTuber boxing match. And I feel like that's been your biggest event in the public in forever.
In the public eye, aside from my own boxing match,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's why it was such like, I've waited for that moment for 3 years.
Yeah.
I really have. Like ever since I hate how every podcast I go on and every interview that I do, I bring up my past and everything. So I'm going to try my best not to do it this time.
It's okay.
In detail. No, because what that event finally showed me is what past?
Yeah.
I'm living in the present now. I just was on stage in front of X number of people, you know, hosting, interviewing, you know, doing all this stuff. Why bring up what happened back then? If people's lasting impression of me is of back then and they don't know everything that I've done to get to this point now, that's not my problem. I can't hold my life back trying to get them up to date with what I'm doing now. I got to keep moving forward.
Man, honestly, I struggle with that so hard because I made such a transition in my content. I have such a hard time getting stuck and like dwelling on the people that I can't manage to bring along with like my new content, new wave of like what I'm doing and my brand is. And like it takes away from being able to appreciate like what you're doing in the present, literally like what you're saying. So it's like I try so hard to embody everything that you're just screaming at me now. And hopefully that makes it sink in a little bit better and a little bit stronger this time because you're so right. And I think the only thing is that like I do like looking back at your journey and your past because I think it shows the progression of you as a person because I think you've had a lot of ups and downs, like mentally, socially, career-wise. And I think it's really cool to see that you're still able to come out on top after all of it.
Yeah. And I mean, look at it like this. Like I ditched my 10 million subscriber channel 100 times, but now I've officially like left it. I left my 4 million subscriber channel, which I won the Streamies on 2 times for. And what I finally had, what my awakening was, I was reflecting on the people that have known me over the past 10 years, not realizing there's a brand new audience looking for new people who don't even know about me that I can attract. And so that's why I had no problem starting a new channel this year. And it was funny because on my way here, I looked at a comment because I just released this merch. And one of the comments said,
plug.
No,
Drop your URL. Drop your URL. Let's go.
No. By the time it'll come out, it'll probably be gone because it's like limited releases.
Okay.
But somebody had commented who doesn't know anything about me and said, I can't believe you think you're so famous with 200,000 subscribers.
Oh, interesting.
And I sat there and I was like, all right, let me pull out my resume really quick and tell you how many times I've done this. Like this isn't my first rodeo.
I kind of love that energy though, because
100%.
that like that confirms that you're finding a new audience.
Yeah.
Like it's
Literally.
you can see it either side.
And it's insane to me because I was like, I thought like, you know, I always thought that like from the stuff that I did in my past, that's it. That's your storyline. People know you for that.
Yeah.
Not realizing that those people who followed me back then, they got kids, they got jobs, they've moved on.
Right.
Now there's a whole new audience who doesn't even know who Fousey is. They're not checking up to see, oh, you know, what did you do back then? They just want to see what I'm doing now. So I have a whole new audience to cater to now.
Fuck, this is so inspirational. I literally need you to call me every morning and scream this at me so hard. I get so stuck on this. I think, like, have you found, like, who do you think the new audience is? Because I find that I find new people, new audiences on TikTok. There's like a newer generation. Because like people who watched me 8 years ago, same thing, are like married, kids. Like they're living like whatever regular 35-year-old life is now. Because obviously it's not our life. Because I don't know what's going on over here. But like, who do you feel like your new audience is?
It's definitely still heavily favored on the male end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
It's not kids.
Yeah.
It's not kids.
Yeah.
It's definitely not kids. It's people or like ages 18 to like 36. But I'll still have people way older who look up to me for the inspirational stuff that I've done who actually have followed my journey. TikTok's an interesting one though, because I disabled my comments on TikTok. That's the one app I will not allow comments
TikTok
on.
comments, we always talk about that are just fucking so mean.
It's so toxic. And when I had it on, I was like,
mean.
why? Like, why am I going to let you say this about me? Why am I going to give you that satisfaction? And once disabling it, it didn't hurt my page. I feel like a TikToker now. I be posting TikToks 3 hours. I be getting 1 million views. Like, hey, run it up.
That's how I would do TikTok. Just not listening to anybody.
I don't want to hear the feedback. Just post. Just
that's
post.
It.
Yeah.
They're vicious on there.
Man,
and I
vicious.
noticed there were so many people on TikTok who I would post who literally hadn't seen me in years.
Yes.
And it's like, I've been here. I've been doing it. How is this the first thing you're seeing?
Yeah.
Like some people asking me stuff about a girlfriend from like 4 years ago.
You were fucking,
like,
that is my life. That is my life.
You haven't seen me for that long? Like, what is going on? But you got to take into account the algorithm changes to social media,
100%.
the new infrastructure of how views and stuff work.
Yeah.
Like my new channel right now, killing it. Like on a 200,000 subscriber channel.
Yeah.
I've gotten 6 videos to trend this year. The last like 4 videos all have over like 500,000 views. But you check the sources of it, it's not from the 200,000 subscribers.
Right.
It's from recommended searches. Because since it's a new channel, they're putting it into recommended feeds.
So listen to this. When I wanted to start a new vlog channel at the top of 2020, I had an old vlog channel that like I used to vlog with like my ex or whatever. And it was, I mean, I would have started it in 2014 or 15. And so that channel has like 500,000 subscribers. And so I reached out to my YouTube person and I was like, hey, like I have this channel and there's like content on it. So like I could just private all of it and like start uploading on this channel, or like I could leave the content up, or should I just start a fresh channel? And she like full stop, no hesitation was like, oh, for the algorithm, you need to start a new channel, like new audiences. And it's so hard to revive a dead platform. It's impossible. Like the algorithm just beats you down day after day, and you're crawling out of a hole with a new platform. So with a new channel, you have a new opportunity to be in the recommended, to be in related videos.
Well, 2 things on that point. One, I posted on FouseyTube for all of 2020.
Yeah.
And nothing was hitting, nothing was sticking, and the CPMs were absolute dog crap. I make a new channel, CPM is through the roof, views are through the roof, recommendings are through the roof. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say this. I now have a YouTube partner now. I'm back in the I'm back in the YouTube
partner program.
I'm back in the preferred
Let's go.
premium
Let's
club.
go.
Like,
Fousey got kicked the fuck out.
like what? I'm back in preferred.
Somebody watches that, get him out again.
No, but the fact that I'm back in Google preferred after so many years, just by starting a new channel and showing like who I am now, it's like it all made sense. My biggest thing though, if I could go back to 2011, because I've had about 6 channels, everything would have been on FouseyTube. Because that would have been a 20, 30 million subscriber channel easy. Because if you think about it, Dose of Fousey, when I was vlogging with you back then and everything, was a 4 million subscriber channel.
Yeah.
Each vlog was getting 1 million per day, minimum.
I know, that shit was wild.
If I was posting all those on FouseyTube as the pranks were getting 120 million views in like however long, that channel would have been crazy. And if I never took the breaks that I took and everything, that was my one thing in hindsight always. Like even to this day, I was at the TikToker event and I asked my YouTube manager who was there, I was like, yo, I know I never had the foresight to think that I would have this resurgence in views and stuff, but if I had stuck to FouseyTube, which has 10 million subscribers and all the views, and I had posted this same content there, would have been good.
And?
He said it would have.
Okay, but the thing is that I think you had 2 different audiences though. You know what I mean? And
100% always.
I think there were definitely pros to having the 2 separate channels, because like the shit that we were doing when we were vlogging in 2014 on Dose of Fousey versus like the bros that wanted to watch the prank channels, like they wouldn't give a fuck about what we were doing those days.
No, but because there was the times where I would switch to FouseyTube and post vlogs on and they were still pulling 1 million views. Like I remember Lily had an event, I was there and I still have it privated. It pulled 1 million and it's just crazy. You never know in hindsight. But I can get into this for hours because this is me never knowing how to turn the success that I've had on YouTube into a proper business. And that's where I've always fell flat. And I've always just been a YouTuber and movie actor and now author this year. And
Jeremy
worldwide sold out tours and a whole more.
Manifesting, baby.
I'm manifesting. I've done all that. I'm saying what I've done.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Jeremy still hasn't seen the Medea movie that we did together.
Oh, you have to watch it.
It's so bad.
It's so good. Okay. It's so good.
I've wanted to watch it several times. Every time I bring it up, she won't do it.
It's so good.
You want to watch
so
it.
Bad. It's so bad.
Watch it.
Yo, I still get a check every October. I still get a check every October for the on-demand views that I still get paid for.
Fuck? Where's my check then? Tyler?
I bet they're going to an old address because I got a check every October.
God. Oh my! I've been in 2 of them, so I should get double the checks. That sucks.
Wait, you've only been in 1?
What?
You've only been in 1?
I was only in boot 2.
She was in the second one.
I was in boot 2.
She was in the second one.
Yeah.
And you were in 1 and 2?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's some main character shit, babe.
So when's number 3?
No.
We're retiring. Yeah, that's it.
It
ended on 2. That was good. That's enough.
You think?
That's fine. Yeah.
You know, Tyler could turn that shit around in 2 days.
He really fucking could.
You know what movie I actually want you to watch? There's this old YouTube Red movie I was in called We Love You. Me, this guy, I forgot his name, I think named Justin, and Lele Pons.
Yes.
And Lauren Elizabeth.
Where do you even go to watch YouTube Red at this point?
Yeah, I don't know. Where would it even be?
Just go on YouTube and type in We Love You movie. Just watch that and just text me after. That's all I'm
Oh
gonna
my
say.
God.
Just watch that and text me after.
I mean, and are you doing this because you want me to?
I don't want to say. Just watch it and text me after.
There's some really good and some really bad acting in that movie. You get to yeah. You got the all sides of the coin on that
well, like
one.
YouTube is really good at hey, we'll send an offer out to do a movie before anyone auditions.
Oh my
does
God.
anything else?
There was at one point Dish Network offered me the lead role of a movie to go to Vancouver for 3 months, and I'm like, I'm sorry, bitch. What do you mean? I've never acted. I had one line in Butu Medea, and I almost shit my pants for it. And you want me to be the lead? Like, you want me to be the lead for 3 months in a movie? I was like, what do you mean?
I would run it up.
That's what happened to me with We Love You. I had just finished the project.
But you have a degree in acting.
Yeah. I know, but still, they sent me to like North Carolina or something for like 3 months in this little Airbnb, and it was a disaster.
Did you get paid?
For the movie?
Yeah.
Oh, that's when I was making buku bucks.
Wasn't that much of a
Buku
disaster?
bucks.
I was making buku bucks.
See?
There was one bad night in that trip though, but we don't got time on this podcast.
But no, actually, we have all the time for that story.
We don't.
Yeah, I'm looking at the time. We have time for Fuzi's bad story. Yeah,
Okay,
great. Yeah, the
so-
producer's telling. You wanted to tell it?
We do have time.
Okay,
We do.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. You know what? Screw it. I'm just going to say it.
Yeah.
So
Go for it.
when you're on a movie set, right, you're around the same people every day.
Totally.
You're inclined to catch some feelings.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I had a thing for one of the girls. I'm not even going to say her name. I was going to, but
Stage romance.
yeah,
stage
like
romance,
I had a thing for her. And then she ended up having a thing for one of the other actors on the set. So there was this one restaurant I would go to every night. The owner always like treated me like a king and everything. So one night I go there, and I eat my steak, and then I go to the bar, and all I remember him telling me is, "You want to try like one of the strongest things we have? Like I think it was like absinthe level."
Jesus.
And I'm like, "Sure." I swear to God, my call time is the next morning.
Right.
I'm sitting at the bar table. I swear to God, I wake up, I'm in my bed. No, I didn't drive. I obviously Ubered, but who ordered the Uber? Who had the keys to my house? Who put me in bed? Who tucked me under the covers? Who locked the door on the
Who
way
did my
out?
skincare routine on my face?
It was the weirdest experience of my
Who
life.
put my nighttime on?
I showed up into the trailer that day and I was just quiet. I didn't talk to anybody. I just was so like,
Did the mystery get solved?
No,
Wait, no one told you.
no.
Oh my!
No
do,
one was with me. I was by myself.
do you think you got roofied?
No, that was the absence.
It was
that
the
they gave
absence.
me. Yeah,
Okay.
100%.
Because this feels like when you like lose a moment in time like that for that long, that almost seems like a.
There was another time, that same trip. This is so random because there's so much stuff we could talk about and so much good content we can get
This is
into.
great. What do you mean?
But there's this one time I took out like Lauren Elizabeth and the other guy and everybody to a club. I was making buku bucks.
In North Carolina.
Buku bucks.
or it might have been something with an N and a C or something like that.
That's North
I
Carolina.
don't remember. I don't know if it was North Carolina.
I don't
But
remember.
I bought the table. I bought the bottles. I bought the everything. I black out. I leave the tip for the waitress who was flirting with me all night. I wake up the next day. I look at how much I tipped her. I called and I was like, "Hey, son, we have a mistake here." I left a couple of extra zeros for her tip. Like it was bad.
Did they
bad?
give you the money back?
Hell no.
I was gonna say I don't think it works like that.
It doesn't work like
It doesn't
that.
work like
They're
that.
like,
Sale.
"Sir, we have you on camera signing it." You look at the cameras, I'm like this.
Yeah, you call back. My bad. Keep the money. Just keep it.
Oh my
I'm
god.
playing myself. That was an interesting movie experience.
Just stimulating the economy.
I think that was the
Yeah,
last
yeah.
movie I did.
Really?
I think so. Because I had that Netflix cameo for We Love You.
Yeah.
The producers loved me so much. They wanted to do a meeting to have my own movie. This is when I was still like unprofessional, waking up late through my depressive phases.
Yeah.
I missed the meeting. Never got the chance.
Ooh.
back.
Oh shit.
And then shortly after is when I got screwed over by CAA and they kicked me out maliciously and I never got the chance.
No
again.
salt there, no tea, no shade, no saltiness there at all.
No, it's in
whatsoever.
my book.
Yeah, it's totally fine.
It's in my book.
I can't wait.
I air it out.
I cannot fucking
you know
wait.
you're gonna be the most shocked about my book.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do you think I'll be the most shocked?
You'll see. Because I don't know if you remember, I don't even know if I had told you at the time where you were dropping me off to. You dropped me off to rehab.
Multiple times.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
And
I've heard this story.
And you never knew what my addiction was.
Yeah.
And now you're about to read when it started,
Right.
where it came from,
Right.
when you knew me, what I was doing
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, what the fuck?
But I mean,
He
like,
did all this without anybody knowing?
we also hung out every single fucking day for so long.
I was too good with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, it's so crazy to like be able to fill in those blanks. But I don't know, at the time, like everything felt so like, obviously you were going through so much, but it wasn't something that you're ready to talk about.
Yeah.
So like, it was not something that we were going to be like, okay, we're not going to drop you off unless you fucking spill the tea. Like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, well, because with an addiction, like when I watched the movie, this is my first apartment in LA. Back in like 2013, I would drink and smoke myself to sleep every day. That's not my addiction, weed and alcohol. But I would drink and smoke myself to sleep every day. I had a depression, and I watched the movie and I found out I resonated, and I realized that what I had was an addiction.
Yeah.
Immediately, I called my long distance girlfriend in Canada.
I forgot about her. Oh my God. Literally, I was counting girlfriends and I was like, I've known Fousey for 1, 2,
I didn't have many
3,
girlfriends. I've
4.
I've dated to this day, yeah, probably.
I've been around for all 4 of
Yeah.
them. Let's go.
But so I find out I have an addiction.
Right.
I call her middle of the night in Canada. Babe, gotta tell you something. What? So I have an addiction. This is what I've done the whole time we've been together. Da 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 da. First day in rehab, they give you a book. It's a white book. You open up the first page. When you find out you have an addiction, you might be very excited and want to tell your loved ones. Do not do that.
Fuck.
Wait until you're into recovery and understanding
Really?
more about your problem until you open up about it.
Oh, I don't know if I buy into that. Like, I think I would have done the same thing as you. Also, like, if you don't tell the person closest to you, like, what's going on in your head, like, what if it takes 6 months to recover? You're gonna fucking keep that in secret until 6 months later.
Yeah,
Like,
I felt bad. Yo, there's one story I took out of my book.
I mean,
By the
took
way,
out.
I'm gonna plug this just because there's so many stories I want to tell you.
yeah, go for it.
Guys, I do have a book coming out September 28th called Warning, This Is Not a Motivational Story. Pre-order now on Amazon, which talks about my entire life.
There'll be a link directly below your face.
I promise you, I'm not trying to be arrogant, egotistical, or nothing. No YouTuber has released a book like this.
I can't wait.
I've seen the books YouTubers have released. I've seen the coloring books. I've seen the comic books. I've seen the merchandise pieces. I've seen all that. This is,
I'm so excited.
but there's one story I took out.
And are we getting it now here?
I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it.
Okay, well, you think on that.
No, I think you should tell it, and then if you don't like it when we watch the review, then you can take it out.
Yeah, tell it
But
and
I
we'll
mean-
feel it out.
I mean, there's a reason I took it out the
look at the ner-
book.
look at the
yeah.
nerve-
I got-
There's
we got
a
little
reason
nervous
I took it
jitters.
out the book.
All
So
right,
do
good.
I really
So
want to
just
tell it
couple,
here?
tell a couple people, and then we'll see how it feels.
Wait, so why did you take it out of the book? Like, what did you think the repercussions of that would be?
That's a good question.
It deals with abortion.
Okay.
No abortion happened.
Yeah.
But it deals with the topic of abortion,
Okay.
which would have put me on a side of, do you agree or do you disagree with abortion?
Yeah.
And I didn't want the message of my book to be lost into where I took sides on in that conversation.
Like a controversial, because
Yeah.
people have opinions on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want them to lose the message of my book because they misinterpreted this story and the situation that I was put through.
I think that makes sense. Okay, so like what I will say, not that I want you to like air your tea or whatever and like tell an exclusive story here, like that'd be great. But I will say that like when it's an isolated story without having to like put any shadow on the rest of your book, like our audience is so understanding, and we've had some really not hard conversations, but like we've had some like really in-depth conversations about things where not everyone in the room agrees on them. And
Yeah.
obviously people in the audience are not always going to agree with what people are saying.
I'm going to tell it without telling that portion of the story.
Okay.
You guys know I want to tell the story.
Just
Like,
tell the
come
fucking
on,
story.
yeah.
Let's go. And we are back with another episode sponsored by our favorite BetterHelp. Is there something standing between you and achieving your goals? BetterHelp is here to fix that. With BetterHelp, you can get online professional counseling from the comfort of your own home. Long gone are the days where you have to sit in a waiting room. BetterHelp allows you to schedule weekly video or phone sessions with your counselor so you can start living your best life. I personally enjoy the face-to-face element of therapy, so I usually opt for the weekly video session.
BetterHelp is not a crisis line. It's not self-help. It's professional counseling done securely online. They're committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches, so they make it free and easy to switch counselors if needed. Feeling comfortable with your counselor is extremely necessary when getting help, so this feature is awesome.
BetterHelp is also more affordable than traditional counseling, and they even offer financial aid. I've talked about how expensive traditional counseling can be, so the fact that BetterHelp is making it more accessible is huge. Anything you share is confidential, and their services are offered worldwide.
We want you to start living a happier life today. As a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/WT9. Join over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health again. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/WT9. Fewer, better things. That's the philosophy behind Cuyana, the San Francisco-based brand that encourages customers to purchase fewer but better quality pieces that you will love and treasure for years to come. Cuyana believes in making long-lasting bags, accessories, and clothing from high-quality materials that you'll wear every day.
Cuyana has been making classic pieces for the past 10 years that you'll continue to wear for the next 10 years. Investing in a good quality bag makes such a huge difference. Having something that will last you more than a year really makes it worth spending money on. Cuyana meets the highest standard of craftsmanship while also working towards their sustainability goals. They pledge to create products responsibly, enabling you to maximize their wear and also provide a way to recycle every product through their Second Life programs.
Not only are you investing in a long-lasting piece, but you're also helping move away from supporting fast fashion brands that are harmful to the environment. Their leather bags are timeless, functional, and versatile for all occasions, work, going out, weekends, and all your little micro outings as we re-enter the world.
I love a micro outing.
You do love a micro outing.
I just got the leather travel case set for our upcoming trip, and I am loving it. Keeping all of my toiletries organized and tucked away neatly makes packing so much easier. Cuyana never goes on sale, but as a special offer, our listeners can receive 10% off your first order over $150 plus free shipping.
We invented the first sale.
We invested
That's insane.
You can thank.
It says clearly in the lines, Cuyana does not go on sale, but for our listeners.
Today, visit Cuyana.com/wild to get your individual code. That's CUYANA.com/wild. Start shopping fewer, better at Cuyana.com/wild.
First apartment in LA.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm choosing to tell all these stories from 2013.
I love it. No, because that's when I was there. Like, that's like.
No, this is before you.
Oh, wait. So was this
first apartment? You were
Real
at
sure?
second. No,
that's
second.
second apartment. Okay.
First
Got it.
Barrington, scary place.
Okay, got it.
Fan hits me up on Twitter.
Uh-oh.
Yo, Fuzi, I live in LA. I bet.
I bet.
You want to come through? Yeah. It's really late. She comes over. This is going to make a lot more sense when my addiction story comes out, because there's a preface to the story that is going to blow your guys' mind. But anyways, girl comes over.
You're really fucking killing me that this doesn't come out until September. And you're like, this will be better in like 4 months. I can't believe it doesn't come out until
September 28th, but you can pre-order on Amazon right now.
So look, girl comes over. Mm-hmm. Mind you, as shitty as I've been as people have seen me on YouTube, the meltdowns of this and this and this, with women, I'm glad to say I can raise it, because there's a lot of shitty things I've come out on YouTubers about women.
Yeah, absolutely.
Underage women, all that.
Yeah.
I've always been the respectful guy when need be there. I know who, so I'll just put that out there.
If there's one good place to be,
yeah,
that would be it.
Yeah.
So that's what I've never had a fear of, like a girl coming out and saying something, unless it was a damn lie, where I would be like, girl, where? Like, like, show me.
Yeah,
Like,
show me.
She said it was one night in North Carolina. You had a drink. And then
there were shots of absinthe involved.
This story is wild. So this is when I'm on a meteoric rise to fame with my pranks on YouTube and everything. I'm way overweight. I don't even have my tattoo on my head yet. I look horrible. I'm a depressed person who has a lot of success and a lot of money. But I still was so broken as a person. Anyway, she comes over. We end up like, it's time to go to sleep. We're cuddling in bed or whatever. And I try to make a move. And she goes, no. That's not what I'm here for. I'm like, I bet, cool. Turn around. I go to sleep. 5 a.m. I wake up. She ain't next to me, but she's still in the bed. And there's some things going on. She's initiating it.
She's what?
Initiating.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I heard you say shitting.
No.
And I was like, she's shitting in your bed at 5 a.m.
At like 5 a.m.
Okay.
And I'm like, what? And then she's like, yeah. So I guess it just, I don't know. So I'm like, I bet. Let's run it. I was a young kid.
When life hands you lemons.
Yeah.
I bet.
So,
go with it.
Yeah. The orchestra played for a while.
Okay.
She leaves. I had gotten really busy with like filming and everything like that. And at the time, like she knew what it was. It wasn't like there was no emotional attachment.
Also, if you guys didn't go on a date.
No,
it
not
was,
at all.
yeah,
Not
yeah.
at all. Not at all. But I eventually got that text that you get of like, what the F? How could you use me like that?
Right.
Like, da-da-da-da. And I was like, I'm so sorry if you had the wrong implications as to what it was. When I tried to make a move, you told me to stop. I stopped. You woke me up. You started. We did that. I've gotten really busy. It wasn't an intentional like, yo, I'm just gonna like hit it and quit it. It wasn't that. So I thought it was done with. I don't remember the exact days or whatever. My cameraman, Ali Baluch.
Ali, oh my God, I just talked to him the other day.
No way.
Yeah, because he's a producer with MTV, right?
yeah.
And I did Ridiculousness. And so he works on that show.
sick.
And so he saw me on the call sheet and we like chatted or whatever.
Well, so he walks into my apartment, and when you walk into my apartment that I was in, you walk past the mailboxes. So somebody had left a package on my mailbox. He comes in with a bag. He goes, yo, this was on your mailbox, a little brown bag, throws it to me. I'm like sitting on the couch, smoking, eating, like just whatever, looking like shit. I open the bag. There's a pregnancy test inside.
What the
My heart, like, I shat it. It was gone. It was gone. Not only was there a pregnancy test, there was a single Ferrero Rocher chocolate. And that just freaked me out.
That's like trying to be
Delicious.
poetic. Yeah, like what the
why would
fuck?
you
Yeah,
leave that?
why? What?
And then there was a note with little writing on. I don't remember what it said. Something along the lines of, it's yours. For the next 3 months, my life was in a downward spiral. I just, like I ruined my life. Like, what am I going to do? But what she was doing was like harassing me throughout the process. If you don't do as I say at every given moment, I'm going to expose you and this situation.
Interesting.
So I was like on like a Pinocchio string, like whatever she needed me to do, whatever. Long story short, not going to get into that portion I didn't want to talk about.
Yeah.
I had gone in through a serious depressive phase, gained so much weight, just lost myself, would cry myself at the beach with friends, not knowing what to do. When all is said and done, I get a DM from a friend of hers. Hey, Yusuf, I was scared to answer, so I didn't. Just want to let you know, she was never pregnant. I feel really bad for what she put you through. She actually bought that off of eBay and
sent it
and put you through. And I didn't even know that was a thing at the time.
Right.
And
I
then
didn't know this thing until 2 seconds
you
ago.
could buy fake pregnant, like positive result or whatever, positive, whatever.
I mean, you
it
can
is
buy
on-
fucking anything online. Yeah.
So the next time I see her again, though, I'm on a tour. And I'm doing my meet and greets.
Yeah.
I look at the next person in line
and it's her. Shut the fuck up.
No.
Swear to God. She walks up to me. I don't say a single word. I'm shaking. She takes a picture with me. During the
Doesn't
meet and
say
greet.
anything?
Doesn't say anything. And then she looks at me. She goes, have a nice life. And she smiles and walks away.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You're such a good storyteller. I always forget how good of a storyteller
3
you are.
months
Yeah.
of my life.
It's just so frustrating and scary because like that is a very real situation that
Very.
happens to so many people and so many couples, whether they're strangers or in like a very committed relationship. And like that's a very real situation. And it's hard on both sides when something like that gets.
And that's why I wasn't only feeling my stress
Yeah.
of what did I just do. I was feeling her stress.
Well,
Of
right.
Yeah.
like, what are you gonna tell your parents? What are we gonna do? Like,
Yeah.
what's gonna happen? And in my book, I had written like I was ready to take full responsibility. I had told her
Right.
anything you need, I'm here. Like I wasn't like one of those people who was like, oh fuck you, it's fake.
Yeah,
I didn't even
yeah.
claim to her once that it was fake.
Right.
I ran with it. I believed in it. I was in it. She would tweet J. Cole Lost One lyrics, which is about a guy getting a girl pregnant and then claiming she's a liar and all this stuff.
Okay.
Because she knew I loved J. Cole.
Yeah.
It was just a complete harassment for like 3 months.
Oh my God.
And do you know where she is now?
Hell no.
That's crazy. And so like what was the communication like between you guys like when that first happened? Because I'm surprised that if her goal and intent was to have you be at her fingertips, I'm
Yeah.
surprised that it wasn't enough when you reached out to her and was like, and we're like obviously very like teamwork oriented to be like, what are we gonna do? Like, how are we gonna handle this? Like that kind of seems like that's what she was after.
No, control is a drug. The moment she had a little bit, now she got a little
Lauren,
more.
Yes,
she
yeah.
would make me meet her in public places. Like often just to talk. Let's talk
interesting.
about our plans. Can
Yeah.
we talk about it on the phone? No, let's meet. So I'd have to go and meet with her. So she'd be getting what she wanted.
I see.
Getting me
I
like on her
see.
fingertips
I
to go
see, I
meet with her
see.
and like,
Yeah.
you know, everything. Like, I'm here. Like, what's up? What do
Yeah.
you need? Like, I'm,
Yeah.
you know, everything.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's a crazy story.
That might be the best story that anyone's ever told
Yeah.
on this podcast.
I was on the tip of my toes with that whole story.
It's out the book. It's out the book.
Oh my God. But I understand now though, like how that could be like, it's an interesting story and like shocking by itself, but I can understand how that could
Yeah,
overshadow
because
some of
there's
the
a
other
part I
elements.
left out that
Yeah.
she, like, there's a lot to it.
Right.
That I was just
yeah.
like,
No,
nah.
I think that totally makes
Yeah.
sense. I think that totally makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
So I've known you for 4 girlfriends.
Okay.
And I mean, I don't really have any point to this thing. It's just been so crazy to like see, because you've known me through 3 boyfriends as well too. Like it's so
I
interesting.
would ask you who was your favorite, but I'm not even gonna do that. I don't want to bring up no exes.
no, yeah. I want to hear who's your favorite.
And B, like some of them are happy in relationships now. Some of them are doing their thing. Like, and I got respect for all of them. Like,
I want to point out
I'm
that
chilling.
the very first guest in the pod, I thought it would be funny if we had Alex on the podcast, and I asked for one. She didn't agree to that.
On the first pod,
I thought it'd be funny.
that would have been banging.
Alex and I
I
are.
wish I could tell my story. You want to know why? Oh, I almost said it.
Done.
I almost said something
Back to
so
it.
good. I
Go.
almost said something so
Fuzi's
good.
floor. Go
Oh
ahead.
my God. Oh my
Hey,
God.
gotta get it, pod fans. Let's just say there's an episode you never got.
I was supposed to be one of the yeah, and then some shit went down on social media.
Oh my god.
Not necessarily instigated by
Went
myself.
from gotta get it to you ain't ever gonna get it again.
Yeah, and
The
so
podcast is done now. It literally ended because of that incident.
Oh my God.
I don't care
No,
who tells me otherwise.
I don't want to say it didn't end because of
Classic
that incident, but it was the catalyst.
It was a catalyst.
It was the catalyst that some shit went down on social media,
Yeah.
and that was the end of it.
It broke the camel's back.
It broke the camel's back. Yes.
100%.
Yes,
So
yes,
okay,
yes.
then the thing that was coming to my mind while you were telling that story, via text, sometimes you can't give the context, you can't bring people in because they need to hear the way that you're delivering things. But audio, you can. The world needs more audio from you. So if you
I agree.
If you allow yourself to stop podcasting because of that, I'm upset with you.
Oh no, I want to start my own one.
I think you
Go
should too.
on.
I will say that I advocated for you to keep the Gotta Get It podcast because I think that you are an incredible entertainer and you also have hella stories.
Hella for days.
Like, stories
But
for
if
days.
I were gonna do it again, I don't know if I would do it on the Gotta Get It brand. That's the discussion we're gonna have because there's a lot of behind the scenes.
There's some
stuff with
politics.
that.
Yeah, there's
but
politics.
I might start my own one. But where were you going with that relationship talk of knowing my exes? I love talking about relationships and love and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
let's talk about it.
Can we get a your favorite, your least favorite?
No.
No. What I was gonna say is that
I know who her favorite was. I know who her least favorite was. She doesn't
Okay.
even need to say it.
wait,
Okay.
who do you think
I know.
Oh,
I know.
you know?
I know.
I don't even know if I know.
I know.
We'll talk about this after.
Yeah,
We'll talk about this
I
after.
know,
I don't even know if I know. I'd have to really think about
Look,
it.
the thing with the exes that I had though, like in all of my relationships, I think, no, it's not even I think, except for the one who I told what my addiction was. No, even that one, because she came back and was willing to give me another chance. But the ultimatum was I get married to her. This was when I was 24. Every relationship that I had, I walked out of.
Mm-hmm.
what was the ultimatum of we need to get married right now or it's done?
Not
Like,
out of infidelity or anything like that, but out of recognizing this is not gonna be a forever.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna waste your time. I'm not gonna waste my time.
Yeah.
I know this is gonna destroy you, but I need to do it for the both of us. And I think that is the mature response rather than, dragging her along for an X amount of years and then finally telling her, hey, I'm out.
Yeah.
So I always cut and dip. They end up hating me and then they have the best glow up of their life.
Yeah.
But I just want to say I'm happy for all my exes.
Yeah.
And the person they were with is not the person I am
Totally.
today.
That's what I was gonna say. Is like I've seen you mature and grow throughout all these relationships, and you get better and more
Yeah.
mature, and just like a better partner in each relationship that you've like progressed into.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say too is that I have a similar. I've walked out of all my relationships as well. I feel like this is really lucky, but I've never been broken up with, and I've always kind of been like the person to leave the relationship. But I have the really fucking terrible habit of putting too much faith in the ability to like compromise and communicate and work on it. You know what I mean? And so I stay in relationships way longer than I should because I'm a fucking dumb bitch. And I'm like, no, like it's fine. We can make it work.
You're a fixer.
On this, I'm a fixer. I'm a fixer and I'm a people pleaser and I'm someone who's like so down to compromise and communicate.
Sometimes.
Well, sometimes just not with you because you're a pain in the ass. But
Okay, yeah. Great.
Counseling 101.
yeah, 101. Here we go.
Look at that. It shifted halfway through. Now we're in canceling.
And now, exactly. Now the roles have changed. But it's so hard. Like,
But what I've always felt, like every girl that was with me was with me when I was like a self-destructive person who was battling his own demons.
Yeah.
And every girl signed up because she was like, I'm going to be the one to fix you.
yeah.
So she would stay under the pretense of, I'm going to make you into who I know you can be. Because every
Right.
girl saw my potential
Yeah.
and thought they would be the one.
Yeah.
I realized it wasn't going to happen and cut them off. So a lot of girls are like that. A lot
What
of
was your
girls
last
like that.
relationship? How long you been single?
End of 2020 was my last relationship.
Okay.
That
Oh,
one-
so that's not that long.
That one's a wild story. I've
Wait,
never
end
told
of
it.
2020? Are you sure it was in
Yeah.
2019?
2020.
End of 2020?
I was in a relationship.
So then-
you didn't know about her?
Oh, fucking
you
stupid. Oh
did.
my God.
Yes, you do know about her. And you know the story.
Yeah. Oh,
I
shit.
never told that story.
Oh, yeah. Remember there was Starbucks and yes. No. Yeah. Oh, shit, I forgot about
She's in a
that.
relationship now
Patreon.com.
too, so I'm happy for her too.
Right.
She's in a relationship.
Yeah. And like,
I get happy when my exes get into relationships, especially
yeah.
after they glowed up. It's funny. It's always the same thing. Break up. Their
Glow up.
Their horrible phase of my life is over. The
Yeah.
text, the this and this. I know they're gonna be okay. Then the gym starts. Then the health starts.
Yeah.
They're like a 10 out of 10, and then they get into the next relationship. Then they're happy, and it's like, got you.
You're like, I was the
I got you.
yeah.
If you try to be a 10 out of 10 right now, Fousey.
Exactly.
Hop in for
this
some
is
time,
the glow
hop
up
out.
machine.
Oh, I can help. I can help with that.
It's like anti-hitch.
Well, so like, do you want to be in a relationship now?
Do you want to get into the talk of relationships?
Yeah, fine. We talk about relationships all the time on the pod.
Yeah.
I'm pissed off.
Okay, actually, context here. Fousey straight up walked into the house and was like,
I heard it.
And he was like, oh, sorry, I got kicked off fucking
No,
Hinge.
that's not
I'm
how it started.
pissed.
You said, why are you so sad?
Oh, it's right. I did say that. You said one, your license plates didn't come today, and then two, you got kicked off Hinge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got kicked off. It's been a while.
Yeah, well, because we went for
I'm
breakfast.
mad that I
Like,
was driving and I was like, who should I hang out with tonight? I'm always lonely. You know
Yeah,
that. I've
yeah,
always been an introvert. And being in LA now at 31, it's different than being in LA in my 20s when all your friends just want to hang out and stuff.
Yeah.
Like the Sway house does, or this house does, that house does. We're older now. We all
Right.
got our own lives. So
Yeah.
it's like I'm alone a lot. And in the beginning of the year, I gave myself a rule. And I gave it to everybody who follows me. I said, listen, 2020 held us back so much from our lives. 2021 is not the year for relationships. If you're not in one already,
Ooh.
do not try to get in one.
Interesting.
Use this year to better yourself,
Yeah.
work on yourself, become the best version of yourself, reach the highest heights you can. Then in 2022, once things open up, run it.
All right, bet. End quote.
no, it's I bet.
I bet.
I bet.
So I took my advice for like a week.
Oh, right, yeah.
As one
But
does.
no, they
As
still
one does.
think I'm doing it. Like
Yeah,
even when I
yeah.
posted my tweet today about Hinge, people are tweeting me, "No girls 2021," and I'm like,
Yeah, I think you
no
might have
idea.
just ruined that, but that's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
So earlier this year, I had gotten bored one day. Somebody had brought up Hinge, and I was like, I remember that app because back in LA in my 20s, I used to be on dating apps all the time.
Yeah, I remember.
There used to be lottery machines, like it was just jackpots all day.
Yeah.
And I think it's easy. I don't get girls through Instagram.
Okay.
As much as people think, like guys do a lot, like
Mm-hmm.
sliding in DMs and all. I don't have that luck.
Jeremy slid into my DMs and I missed it.
See,
Missed.
Swing and a miss, baby.
I do have luck in person because I'm much more comfortable now to actually approach a woman in person and just
Yeah.
spark up conversation. But my best success this year in not wanting a relationship was Hinge. So I downloaded Hinge, created the best profile ever.
I wish I could see
said,
it.
I asked to
Oh
see it,
my
but-
God, I know.
Now that nobody can steal it because quarantine is over, you want to
Yeah.
know what my best
Little blurb?
It was the best. Like, oh my God, I would charge my friends $150 to give them a course on how to make that.
Oh my
app.
God.
Walk me through
Yeah,
it.
walk it through it.
Okay, it started with like things I'm weirdly attracted to.
Okay.
Girls with mismatched socks.
Okay.
Girls love that. They would
Yeah,
reply to that
quirky.
prompt right away and be like, oh my God, my socks are mismatched right now.
You gave them a conversation starter.
Gives me the conversation. Oh my God. Let me see.
This is dating profile 101.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another one was a special talent of mine. It was the intro to one of my music videos and it made me look like hot shit. Like real good.
Wait, hey, it was a video?
Yeah, you could put videos on Hinge now.
Oh, interesting.
So it was like it zoomed into my face.
back
I'm
in our
rapping
day.
to
Yeah.
the camera. It looked good.
Okay, what I will say is that I bet that was an auto swipe no for a lot of
Right.
people.
But it got some people that were
It
going
got
to be
some
no
people.
anyway.
If
They're
I
out of
saw
there.
that
Yeah,
on a dude, I'd be like,
No,
fuck this
'cause
guy.
It got people. It got people. I don't remember all of them. One of them was one of the biggest like steps in fear I took, and it was my book, Warning, This Is Not a Motivational Story. And then on the top it said #1 new release. So people like, whoa, he has a book.
Okay, so your profile was like flexy.
Flexy, but in the most modest and nice way.
I don't know if I quite pick up on the modesty.
No,
on
you,
it.
you had to see it in full
Yeah,
context.
when are we getting to the modest
when
part?
do we hit the
Yeah,
modesty
go ahead,
part?
go ahead.
Yeah.
Home run. This is, mind you, quarantine.
Right.
Oh my God. I forgot what the prompt was.
Yeah.
But it was if I ask you to come over on the first date,
Right.
and then I had a whole paragraph, just understand we are in a global pandemic and I would love to take you out as you deserve to be taken out. But during these times, I'd rather be safe. I have a really nice, comfortable spot. I would love to catch a vibe and just chill and get to know you. It's a very safe environment and we'd have fun. Something along those lines.
Okay.
Girls love that.
I think that's the most, as a bullshitter, that sounds like absolute bullshit.
No, but here's the thing.
As a girl who has a bullshit reader, that sounds like absolute
Sounds
bullshit.
like
Here's the thing. Like, if you're gonna put something like that,
Right.
and then somebody, like, let's say they call my bluff,
Yeah.
it's my responsibility to show them that that's the truth, and that's what I did. Every time.
How charitable of you.
I'm just saying, like, I kept it a buck. And on the first, to get to the end of the story, on the first date each time, which happened to be at my house because it was quarantine, I would order sushi, put the music on, chill, whatever, let the little fireplace. I would be very honest and say, hey, just to let you know, I am not looking to get into a relationship this year. That doesn't mean we can't get to know each other. Maybe we end up being friends. Maybe we end up being more, whatever it is. I'm not looking to get into a relationship. So I told them what I wanted at like ground zero
Yeah.
before like leading on any false expectations. Even though you'd be surprised at how many girls hear that, but still get their expectations twisted.
I hadn't even remotely thought of that.
Yeah.
I was that bitch. So
long story short, my Hinge was so popping. Like, I would save each girl, like I would put her name and then Hinge at the end.
I did that too. Yeah.
There was like a list of 45.
Mine was like 3 people, but okay. Flex. Flex.
And it was just a lot of fun because it wasn't like there was no malicious things. I wasn't doing anything wrong. It was just hanging out. I'm a lonely guy, like having fun, getting to know people. And then one day I forget about Hinge because I got on my grind mode. I was working, whatever. And
That
I was
first
like,
thing is, I got on my grinder and I was like, oh, no, that is a story twist. Yeah.
I open Hinge up and it says, your account has been removed. Somebody flagged me as being a catfish.
Wait, okay. Wait. Hang on. Pause. You can verify your account though. You just take a selfie of yourself.
I did do that.
So you were a verified account.
I was a verified account on everything. They banned me. I immediately appeal. I'm like, give you my shit back. They're like, we need to see your license. So I send them the license. 3 weeks go by, nothing. So I do a second appeal. You know what the response is? Hey, we don't appreciate when people send more than one appeals. We're now going to move you to the bottom of the queue. 3 weeks go by. I do my third appeal. Look where we are now. So on my way driving here, I was like, who should I hang out with? And that sounds so bad, but it's just like, I wish I had somebody to hang out with, I should say.
Yeah.
And I was like, I got banned on Hinge. I can't. That was literally my only way of meeting.
Well, so do you not like the other apps? Like, I agree. I think Hinge is the best app because it requires the most effort in the profile. So I feel like the matches are just like higher quality. Not to say the people are higher quality. I think the matches are just more.
No, everything
yeah.
about it is higher.
Okay, well, fuck,
Tinder's
yeah.
a junkyard. Bots.
Can you
fake,
imagine
like-
a world where your Hinge, you're in the influencer marketing program.
Yeah.
You have money to spend on influencers and they literally tell a story about how they banned you and gave you the worst customer experience ever, and you still talk shit about the other brands?
Yeah. You're like, but I still love
Think
Hinge.
about-
I know Hinge was the only one. I ain't gonna cap.
Yeah.
Like it's serious.
I mean, there's got to be someone who knows someone that watches this podcast that
Yeah.
works at Hinge.
What did I ask you right before we started?
Know anybody at Hinge?
I said before we even got into he didn't even know the context. I said, you know anybody at Hinge?
It's no.
Hinge,
But you know
Hinge
what?
was the number one.
Yo,
But I have a feeling.
I had nightmare experiences on Hinge too.
Please
What do you
tell
mean?
one.
Fousey loves to just drop just a breadcrumb.
I
and
I
see
don't
how
know
it
why,
goes.
because usually on podcasts I'm talking about motivational stuff from my past.
This
or
is
whatever.
motivational.
Like,
Yeah, this is motivational.
no,
What do you
people are
mean?
gonna think I'm the biggest dickhead, douchebag, non-responsible.
No,
but they don't
okay, so
understand
what I will
that's
say-
not what I'm trying to get
No.
come across.
Okay,
as.
okay. No.
I'm not
wait,
a guy
wait.
who just goes around and sleeps around and. Okay.
No, he's the guy that has music videos.
I just want everyone to know that Fuji said I go off, so just rein me in when I go off too
Yeah.
far. That was a moment right there.
Okay.
One of the most common conversations that I feel like we have with so many of our guy friends around their insecurities is around hair thinning. And I feel like people don't talk about how women struggle with that insecurity as well. Thousands of women have taken back control of their hair with Nutrafol, with many users raving that the supplement not only transformed their hair, but restored their confidence too. Thinning hair is more common among women than you think. I hate the feeling of my hair when I take my extensions out. Hair is a big source of confidence, especially for me. And when you don't feel that great about it, it can definitely affect your mood. Nutrafol is here to help combat that with their 2 targeted formulas for women that are clinically shown to improve hair growth and thickness with less shedding through all stages of life. I love Nutrafol because of the women-focused formulas. The men's hair products in this category, I feel like always steal the spotlight, but come on, like look how much hair I have. And it's seriously starting to feel stronger by the day.
In a clinical study, 86% of women reported improved hair growth after 6 months. More than 1,500 top doctors recommend Nutrafol as an effective and high-quality solution for healthier hair. Once you start using it, you'll see results in 3 to 6 months. You can grow thicker, healthier hair and support our show by going to Nutrafol.com and entering promo code WT9 to save $15 off your first month's subscription. This is their best offer anywhere, and it is only available to U.S. customers for a limited time. Plus, free shipping on every order. Get $15 off at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code WT9.
There's so much one might miss about dating in the before times, but it isn't even just the normal dates themselves. It's the unexpected thrill of meeting someone new when you weren't even looking, the awkwardness of a blind date, picking up the check when they forget their wallet, that first kiss when they don't, the little things. Vaccination is the most effective way to prevent COVID-19 and get back in the game. Find your COVID-19 vaccine location near you at vaccines.gov. That's vaccines.gov. Sexy sponsor coming in hot. I have always been high-key so jealous of all my friends that have worked with Savage X Fenty, and today is my day to shine, baby.
Our day.
It's our day.
Thank you.
It's our day. We are also going to be in Cabo when this pod goes live, so you already know my new Savage X Fenty pieces are coming with. Shop my favorite Savage X Fenty styles at www.savagex.com/wild9.
Good deal for me and also good deal for you. Right now, you can get... right now, right this very
It's a
second.
good deal for you, too.
Listen, I'm getting to it. Right this very second, you can get 2 bras for $29 plus 50% off everything else with your first VIP order.
I just don't think you realize how good of a deal that is.
Let me get,
Okay.
please,
Okay.
please,
Okay.
please.
Okay.
You cannot go wrong with this no commitment VIP membership. There's no minimum monthly spend. There's no pressure to shop and skip a month to skip the charges.
I just got the Flocked logo unlined bra and matching Flocked logo Brazilian bottoms. And not only is it the exact amount of bling a lingerie set needs, but it's the perfect balance of sexy and comfy. And I feel like comfy is not necessarily a word that's usually tied to lingerie, but in this case, it is. Savage X Fenty also understands the importance of diversity and creating lingerie for every body, an extensive range of sizes of 32A to 42H and extra small to 3XL. You feel good, you look good, and your credit card feels good when you're shopping affordable prices guilt-free. But for real, looks majorly high-end, but everything is under $50.
Set a mood with Savage X Fenty. I can't decide if I should say my favorites or Lauren's favorites, so we'll just go with shop our favorite Savage X Fenty styles at www.savagex.com/wild9. That's savagex.com/wild9 to shop our favorite Savage X Fenty styles.
We have a 98% female audience.
Oh,
99.7.
99.7.
Why didn't y'all tell me that before?
Yeah.
I would have worn a nicer
21
outfit.
to 34, 99%.
Dead ass?
Dead ass. No cap.
Three
I should look
dudes
at you all the
watch
time.
this podcast.
And so, like, what I was going to say is that...
Look at him just grabbing some glass now. Hey. Actually,
I hate it so
real
much.
quick, before you even get into that, like, let's just pretend like this is the first day. Like, what would you, let's say this is the Hinge profile, right? Like, what's a good conversation starter?
Nah, because
Nah,
you don't
dude.
have to say it on Hinge like that. You
Nah,
just gotta
dude.
put a prompt up.
Listen, how about this? The girl at home was like, oh, I wish that I knew how to get in touch with Fuzi. I guess I could slide into his Instagram DMs. What would you tell her?
Well, my best Instagram DM that I send out is, do I remember? Oh, yeah. You want to hear it? I've told this before.
Of course, yeah.
You send a girl a DM. What do you think the DM is?
It's got to be a response to something.
No, it's the first DM you ever sent.
It's the eggplant emoji.
No,
Oh,
What the fuck?
it's the peach emoji.
no.
It's the carrot emoji.
Clown.
The word yes.
You know, we love a little positive affirmation.
That's a great point because
Yeah.
sometimes when a girl replies yes what haha, a perfect reply is yes to everything about you.
Yeah.
And you could just throw that out there, but yes, just it garners a response.
Has the world changed since I've been single? Because that shit would not have worked.
It leaves them like, what is he saying yes about?
To be fair, if you responded with nah,
You'd be like, damn.
Yeah. Well, there's
No.
one girl.
Oh, he got sad. He just got really sad.
Yeah, like I even on my Gotta Get It podcast, I tried like publicly. I looked at the camera and called her out and shot my shot.
I feel like that's not the way to shoot your
I sent
shot.
her, but what else do you want me to do? I sent her DMs. She doesn't open them. I'm not about to comment her picture.
Maybe it's just a no. I'm just gonna move on. You know,
Nah,
other fish in the sea.
she hasn't opened it, so I can't cross that off yet.
And there's been people who've ignored my DMs, like work wise. Specific people that have tried to like come guest on the pod, and I know that they purposely have not opened the DM.
I got a lot of social media crushes though.
Yeah, I feel like you always have a new one. You and
Top five, go
Susie,
ahead.
I feel like are my like,
five?
top 5, yeah.
oh shit,
Out of order,
Yeah.
sure.
Anywhere.
Jasmine Ray,
Okay.
Father Kills,
Okay.
Chantel Jeffries,
Okay.
CJ the DJ.
Bella Hadid
Okay.
Oh,
in my DMs with an XO. She's been in my DMs before.
Foos, I was there for that.
Allegedly.
I was there for that.
On blast like
No,
that.
no, she
yeah.
really was, but then it ended up
Yeah,
going.
we all know she was. We get it.
It just went a little south after.
It went a little south.
Yeah, it went a little south after.
Yeah, that's what
I'm blocked now.
Yeah, yeah.
you
There's
are
the fun
blocked?
part of
Oh,
that. Yeah,
blocked.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
Bella Hadid blocked me. I can't even see her profile.
Well,
anymore.
shout out, Bella, we know you watch this pod. Like, come on, give
Big
me a
fan.
chance.
Big fan.
She's 4, 5. I know there. I know there's another one.
Lots of options.
There's so many.
Everyone on Instagram's so hot. It's like insane.
I don't know. Like, yeah, I could open it up right now, go to my explore page and find somebody else. But those girls have just always just been the like
get
one
it.
of those.
I get it.
Okay, so what I was
Lord
gonna-
DIY, Lord DIY, Lauren.
Thank
I
you.
wish I could be in that position.
Yeah.
That's so
I
nice.
get it. Yeah.
That's so nice.
But if I had to choose, well, oh man.
Okay, so what if he down bad?
Damn.
He down bad.
But I don't even want them as me right now. Because although I'm like the healthiest mentally and spiritually,
You're not there yet.
Yeah.
physically, I'm not. And they all are. There's some hot.
Yeah, but-
you say the word because I can't say it.
Hot bitches.
Yeah.
Fortunately, these standards are so low these days that men can just do the bare minimum.
We always talk about how the
show up on time.
Yeah.
Have a pulse.
No, I feel
You'll
like
be
a
fine.
lot of these girls care about one thing a lot more than they give off.
What's that?
Oh, so anyway, what I was gonna say.
What were you gonna say?
What were you gonna say?
Say it at the count of 3.
No.
Well, I have 2. I'll say it. Clout
Okay.
and money. It's a real thing.
That's what I was gonna say as well.
It's a real thing.
Yeah.
It's a real thing. When you on and popping, they care. Then they don't give a. I'm talking about a certain group of people. I'm not talking about all of it. Yeah, I'm talking about the hierarchy of like the social media world.
There's levels to this.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So what I was gonna say, 98% of our audience, 99.9 is female. And hearing all of this from you, whether you think it makes you sound like a dick or not, is always so insightful for our audience because like
Okay, good.
we have like 99% of us have girl brains, and we have Jeremy, who I feel like had his fuckboy stage and he's got good insight, but it's always nice having another guy come on the pod and provide like their insight on their experiences.
No, but to keep it a buck, every girl that came over during the Hinge extravaganza stories always left with saying like, I had so much fun.
They give you 5 stars.
You were so respectful.
Good tip.
Can I see you again? Like,
And you told no to all of them, didn't you?
no. I had lasting relationships with a lot, but
just-
like,
There goes your rule.
it doesn't.
There goes his rule.
Relationships doesn't have to be official, just like a working relationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's hang out.
We have a
Let's go
working
kick it.
relationship.
We do have a
Let's
working
go to
relationship.
Melrose.
Yeah.
Let's go kick it.
Yeah.
Food, I'm not hating on you. This is your rule. It's not mine.
I need to stay here for 10 hours to explain to them that I'm not whatever.
I actually read an article the other day that was talking about how like post-pandemic, now that the world is opening back up, it's like a very big split. One way of people who are what you said is like where you just do what you want to do, you live your own life, do all of like the solo shit that you want to do before you settle down. But then also the other half of people are like, damn, that like last year and a half of being in isolation really showed me what my priorities are, and I want a partner to have with me throughout life.
Yeah.
And they're like, I gotta cut my bullshit. If I want to be with someone,
Yeah.
I need to like focus on like bettering myself, but also like finding the person that like I want to be with.
Okay, if I were to keep it a buck, like to be honest, I say I don't want a girl. I don't want a girl this year. That's not true. I want the right girl.
Right.
right.
So when I run into these girls and I tell them that, I'm obviously saying that under the intuition already knowing it's not you.
Yeah.
Because if the right girl came into my life at my age right now, where I am right now,
Yeah.
I would be damned if I didn't say, please be in my life.
Yeah,
I want
absolutely.
you in my
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
So I guess me asserting I don't want a relationship right now is implying
I want a reason to change that mind.
it's not you.
Yeah, but like,
But I think that you are doing it right by going into each relationship saying that I don't want a relationship. Because if you give any intonation that there's a possibility that a girl could change your mind, like that should become so toxic and it goes south so fast. Where it's like if the expectation with every like little fling or whatever that you go into is that it's just casual, like that keeps the communication very open and clear as to what you're looking for.
Yeah.
And it'll be that tiny like 0.5% or whatever that you finding that right person being like, oh, I want this to be more if you also do.
but also you don't want a relationship. You want to be with someone that's right for you. And like if you go in and you already tell your brain what it is you're looking for, you're already just clouding everything else.
I shot my shot at an influencer the other day.
Shut up.
Not like a real shot, but
I
just
don't-
like flirting. Like, 'cause,
Do you want to date an influencer?
I just wanted you to laugh at who it was.
Tell me. I can't wait. Tell me.
Did you see the weigh-in? No, the first press conference for the YouTube versus TikToker boxing.
I caught a lot of the highlights because that was when the shit went down,
I
right?
don't even know
The
if I should
fight.
tell this story. Basically, during that conference, I, as a joke, was like, "Hey, Tana, I know you in the audience."
I
Oh my
saw
God.
a TikTok of
Like,
this.
and it was the most awkward thing in the world.
Yes.
That night, I'm kicking it with Bryce Taylor.
At the
everybody.
bar, right? At the club.
How you know all this?
This was viral on TikTok.
What was viral?
You hitting on Tana.
For real? That was on TikTok at the club?
It's on the club. And
Oh,
Did
but-
you just break the news to
I
him about what
literally,
he
I
already
think I
did?
just broke the news that
Well,
you
I'm
had a
glad
viral
that- I'm
TikTok.
glad that's all that was there because like I didn't stop.
It was like you were like, do you like
Arab guys.
do you like Arab guys? Do you like Arab guys? And then Bryce in the back and Tana's like, fuck off, Bryce. And you're just like, do you like Arab guys? No, for real. Do you like Arab guys?
but
Yes.
What'd she say?
I didn't take my foot off the gas that night. I was too much.
What'd she say?
I ended up getting into a fight at Bryce's house.
Oh,
shit.
damn.
That's a story I've never told.
Oh shit.
Socked one of his boys in the face.
No, we're
Okay,
past
so we'll
that.
just we
past
moved
that.
on. We
We're
shot our
past
shot.
that.
We're back in LA now. Everything is fine.
That's a good way to have a lawsuit, 6 months of turmoil.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
just keeping you back.
A video came out of me punching a fraternity student the other day.
When?
So doing this whole Dana 2 reporting of the YouTube boxing stuff, I had
Yeah.
to hang out with a lot of these influencers a lot.
Right.
So one day I'm in San Diego And I was gonna make a video about this on my channel. I never did. For what you said, protect my brand. Everything's going good right now. Why air out stuff that a lot of people don't even know about?
Right.
So
As he goes to tell it on the podcast.
Yeah, I know.
whenever I
Here we
do a
are now.
podcast, I end up regretting everything I speak about. But I'm not gonna ask you guys to cut out anything. It's
Quoted.
out there. It's out there. I'm just not gonna read the comments. So I pull up, do a video with Tanner Fox. And then it's time to film with Taylor and Bryce. And they go, we're not going to be back until X amount of hours. So I said, bet. So by the time they finally got back, it's really late at night. They're staying in a hotel. They hadn't got their Airbnb yet. And they're like, yo, why don't you guys just stay over and come watch us train tomorrow? Me and my team are like, bet. I have a 2-person team.
bet.
Yeah, I bet.
If I ever hear that from Foos, to me, I'm like, fuck, something's wrong.
Yeah, he's like,
Something's
I
wrong.
bet.
So they go, they're getting invited to a fraternity party. And I was in a fraternity. Okay.
Wait, was this the SAE fight with Bryce? Was this night?
Yeah. So they get invited. I was in a fraternity. So I already knew like, yo, I know how these things go.
Right.
Yes, I'm older than 31. My first inclination on a Friday night isn't let's go to a frat party. No. But when you're influencer friends who are very high profile, who you really care, I really care about Taylor and Bryce. I really do. And I want to say that. They're going to this party. They're wondering, do we need security or anything? And I'm the one telling them, nah, y'all are good. Nobody's going to invite you to a function and
you're
then
right,
try
though.
to troll
You're
you.
right, yeah.
It just, at least that's what I had thought.
I was thinking more like no one's going to want to fuck with you if you show up with security because that says, like, that speaks volumes about like who you think you are too.
Yeah, no, Foos fucked him. He fucked him hard.
I fucked them.
He fucked him
I
hard.
convinced them they don't need security.
Right.
I was like, no one's going to invite you to a function and start shit. And then I say, and if they do, I got you.
So as an SAE, you needed security.
So look what these piece of shits did. Okay. Sorry, calling your brothers piece of shits.
I mean, I did the SAE podcast last week, and I'm going to call it right now. There are things in there that need to be in the final cut, or I will air my grievances because I have the same fucking issues. I assure you.
So we pull up in a SUV. Immediately, people bombard the car. They're treating these guys like kings. Later on, after the fact, there was this one kid recording a TikTok at the front. And he was recording Bryce going in. And like, as Bryce was walking in, and he was just like, hey, you ain't allowed in here. What are you thinking? But that's when it cut off.
Yeah.
Bryce walked right past that kid, went right in.
Okay.
So we go in, everything's fine. I jump on this high rooftop thing. There was like 10 girls on there. And I'm keeping an eye on everything that's going on.
That's what he's doing up there. He's just supervising.
Yeah, I was
You
supervising.
guys okay? You guys are
Just making
girls
sure my boys
okay?
are good.
Yeah,
Everybody's downstairs. I'm up watching, chilling, having
10
a
to
good
1
time.
Foos to girl
And I was
ratio.
just having my moment of like, damn, I used to be in a fraternity, all this stuff, whatever. And then a guy goes up to Bryce. Got your hat. That all
Yes,
starts.
that's right.
Bryce pushes him.
Shoves him, yeah.
So the team immediately starts like the just the rumble of a circle starts moving.
Yeah.
So Taylor, Bryce, my videographer, everybody starts going out, right?
Yeah.
Taylor looks at me and with the most serious face goes, I fucking told you. So I felt like shit. It's not my responsibility, right?
Yeah.
I'm like an older brother, call it.
Right.
So I jump off, I go through the crowd, and then 2 kids go, college kids go, hey, we just bitched Bryce Hall. We just bitched Bryce Hall. I go, you just bitched who? They go, we just bitched Bryce Hall. And I go, then why the fuck would you invite him here? I was still perplexed.
Right, that they would do that.
Kid turns around and looks at me and goes, what are you going to do about it? And says the F word. You guys know what the F word is?
Yes.
I don't stand with that.
Yeah, the 6-letter F word.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
you just crossed the line. But mind you, when he says that, I'm like 40 feet away from the car. I'm surrounded by 100 fraternity brothers. I'm gonna stay quiet. Luckily, somebody forgot their phone in the Uber. The Uber just pulled up as we were all walking out to drop off the phone, which was a perfect opportunity for Bryce, Taylor, and everybody to jump in.
Okay.
So they all jump in. Me and my videographer are now guarding this car, and there's like a group of 100 people just screaming. Like they switched the narrative. They trolled us.
Of course.
F you, get the fuck out of here. You don't deserve here. SAE till we die. Da da da. Boo, 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 boo. So then I'm like, I'm getting pushed. I'm getting shoved. Da da da. Next thing I know, who comes up next to me again? That same kid.
That kid.
And he looks at me. What are you gonna do about it? And this time he says, pussy. So I tell Sven, my camera guy, because I'm, I don't want to do anything. I go, I'm telling him loud. I go, Sven, sock him in the face. Sven's from Guatemala.
Okay.
He doesn't want to ruin any chances of, his work visa or anything.
Yeah.
And he's like, no. And he always takes care of me, protects me.
Good for Sven.
He goes, no.
Good for
And I go,
Sven.
Sven, sock him in the face. He goes, no. The kid comes back in. What are you going to do? Right when he said that, boom, bang, sock him. Goes back. Crowd.
Sven did it?
No, I did it. Crowd goes crazy. Second time in my life, I end up on top of a car. I'm standing on the car and I'm going like this. Fuck y'all. Next thing you know, they start throwing beers at me. They start throwing things.
God.
They start going crazy.
How did I not see this on TikTok?
It's on TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Somebody on the other side of the car, as this is happening, steal Bryce's hat from inside of the car.
Oh, I
He's
saw
gotta-
that. I
he's
saw
gotta get his
that.
hat
Sven
put onto his head.
Sven shoves me in the car, calming me down. Who sticks his head back in for like a third time?
That fucking kid.
We go out. They close the doors. They start kicking this Uber, hitting the windows,
Oh, this
throwing their
poor
beers. At,
Uber. Oh my God.
They paid him.
They paid him.
fat,
Yeah,
though.
I was
They
gonna
paid
say they
him
had to
fat.
have.
And he took care of us. We drove off, whatever. And like, so when people see this stuff, their obvious concerns are, what the fuck is Fusi doing at a fraternity party?
I can't believe you were at this. Like, I saw so much of this on TikTok and YouTube, and I cannot believe that you were there. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I still have you on fucking Find Friends. How did I not know
I
that?
can show you that video right now. You'd laugh your ass off. What was Fusi doing at a fraternity party? And why the hell did he punch somebody?
Yeah.
Like, but there was a story behind it. Like, I had gone there to do the good thing, to be with my friends. I promised them I'd get their back. This kid called me the F word, which is a very, like, you don't use that word in 2021 to nobody under any means or circumstances. And then kept trying me. So it's like, at that point, I was like, I forget my age. I don't know how old I am. And when people, by the way, advice to all you ladies. I don't think you guys have the same problem as men, but a lot of men in their 20s or 18s always look at like 30s and be like, you old man, you're old, Wait till you get to 31 and realize you feel exactly the same that you did
Literally,
when you were in 20 and
I'm not
18.
31. I'm only 27. Gonna be 28 this year, but I feel 22.
Nothing changes.
Nothing except for like my back hurts a little more, but like
But
nothing.
your soul stays the same. Your youth.
Yeah.
Like, you as a person, you don't feel like...
Oh yeah, you as a person.
mature,
Yes,
you
yes,
grow
yes, yes.
up,
Yes.
But you still have that... You don't look at you and be like, I'm 31. No. So yeah.
We
so-
literally just had this conversation about how like I used to think that at some point you would just hit a magical number and you turn into a responsible adult. And then I realized that I was like, oh, you just stay the same. You literally, your body ages. You like, you might mature a little bit, but like people just stay the
Yeah,
same.
100%.
So what is it? Did this like press charges? We good?
No, the fraternity actually got in trouble.
Well, yeah.
We
Students
saw-
got suspended. There's a whole bunch of shit that happened, because they set them up, bro. It was
Right. That's like an
harassment.
attack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Also,
wrong.
Yeah.
guys, quick tip. If you are not in that fraternity, you are just fucking touching the stove to see if it's hot.
Bro, they were begging them to come.
Of course.
Right, but it was a trap. It was a trap.
Why?
Yeah.
Because they knew if they got them there, all the girls would be there. The moment you get the two hottest TikTokers in the world to your party,
Yeah.
nobody else's party, all the
Yo,
girls are there.
They're hot.
Who?
Bryson Taylor.
Like clout wise,
No,
attractiveness.
attractiveness. Huh. They're hot guys.
Okay.
Wait, don't defend. Don't.
No,
don't
not my
play-
type. Not my type.
No. You don't have to agree with it.
yeah.
I'm just telling you, like, being around them a lot, like, I see the sex appeal that they have to the ladies. They're really good looking men.
Does it make you want to get better looking, or does it make you just want to give up?
It makes me want to at least lose weight and get back to the version of myself I know I can be. 'Cause
Yeah.
Even 2 years ago when I did my boxing match and I lost weight, I looked 8 years younger.
Right.
So it makes me want to work on myself again. But in terms of having that perfect hair, jawline structure, that youthfulness, that's never coming back.
Well, I was gonna say, speaking of things that do change between 21 and 31, that that
Yeah.
shit's it's sick.
I know I could get it back though one day.
Yeah, for sure you can. I've
the-
seen you do
the-
it so many times.
Yeah, they're good looking guys though.
Yeah, but maybe just build a channel up and make that $1 billion empire, and maybe just keep a body and make that $1 billion body, and don't just reinvent the wheel every 4 years.
We'll see.
Or fuck it, do whatever you want.
We'll see. We'll see.
Oh my God, fuck. I completely forgot that Bill Hadid had you blocked on Instagram. What a fun fact. Like, you know, when you have to do those like fucking
That would-
icebreakers and you do like 2 truths and a lie, like that's a really good 2 truths and a lie
right
thing.
though, because like I just wish I like whenever there's a moment like that, it's like I wish I had my moment to like get clear or give her clarity, explain myself.
Give
Even
her
though
clarity.
I don't think she blocked me.
What would you say to her if you could have clarity?
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's the nicest
But-
thing ever.
And for those of you wondering context, I released a song during the manic episode that I had, and the final line was Bella Hadid in my DMs with an XO. That went over your head. XO is the Weeknd's label, which is Bella Hadid's long partner on and off, whatever.
yeah.
Bella Hadid in my DMs with an XO, kisses and hugs. It was just such a fire line.
that's a good ass line. Yeah.
But Bella didn't take it that way.
She didn't see the artistic expression.
You didn't see the
Weird.
Yeah, that's tough.
She was really mad I used her name in a song and just exposing she was in my DMs. But I, to this day, don't think she blocked me.
I mean,
Do you get what I'm saying?
I do.
Who
Yeah.
blocked me?
Hard to say.
Hard to say. What is this face? I mean, it's hard to say because like she really could have just been like, oh fuck, like I don't want to deal with this drama. Like
It
this is
was not her.
like I mean,
We don't know that.
Yeah, we don't know that.
I know who it was.
Who's, do you want to say who it was?
What day is it today?
And
not the
Wednesday.
weekend.
It's not the weekend?
It's not the weekend. I
Oh,
know that
I thought
much.
it was the weekend. I thought it
Oh,
was the
you could
weekend.
easily get confused.
Yeah,
there.
I got
Yeah.
confused with my days. I thought it was
Yeah,
the
I get
weekend.
it. I get it.
I mean,
What else
yeah.
do we talk about? I mean, here's the deal.
They got back together shortly after that whole incident, and that's when I was blocked. So
Well, there's only one way to find out. Meet her, say you're sorry, and see what she says.
one day, there's a lot of people I'm still gonna meet in life.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who's someone you haven't met that you want to meet? Ooh, there's like
Yeah, there was a weird.
Yeah.
You had like a weird little mini reaction there.
Because when you say meet, are you insinuating the meet as a you have to shake their hand and meet them, or just being face to face with them?
who in your life have you not met that you want the opportunity
To speak to?
have a connection with? Whether that's for just a moment or it's a bit longer, hard to say, but just a connection with.
You don't know the answer? Y'all really don't know the answer?
J. Cole.
No, I met him multiple times.
Yeah, that's right.
Drake.
Oh.
I need that. That's my
Yeah.
redemption story. That
That
when
would
I
be
have
dope.
that picture, I'll probably retire.
For some reason, I thought you'd already had a connection just because there was so much around that whole the July 15th stuff.
He knows of me.
Yeah, I'm sure he
Well,
does.
just say what's up. He big fan of the pod. Aubrey,
I
hey,
said it
what's
on
going
so
on?
many. I said it literally on Ben Baller's podcast. I said it on No Jumper. I said it on everything. I'm just waiting for my moment.
I forget how famous he is.
Unless-
you
unless-
actually hang out with like real famous people.
Unless he has a restraining order against him.
Maybe.
I love that you dropped just so subtly. This is the second time I've been on top of a car because the first time was that day.
yeah.
Oh my
I have
God.
to pay for that damn car.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Because that was that one driver, right? Yeah.
You have a history. Like anyone who picks your ass up in an Uber, just beware.
Becomes an expensive
There should be like
night.
a terms that like
Yeah.
drivers have to
I
sign
don't
up
Uber
for.
no more. I drive my Tesla or it drives itself.
That poor thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it drives itself.
Every time.
No, it drives itself.
It really does. Yeah, I love that for you.
I got this. I'll tell you later. It's illegal. Can't talk about it on the podcast.
Wait, huh?
I don't want to incriminate myself.
I get it. Yeah. Well, you had it is allegedly.
Allegedly.
It's allegedly.
It's allegedly.
Yeah.
What else on your list?
What else you got, Lauren?
I don't know. I mean, nothing. I didn't have anything crazy. Like, I just wanted to hang out. I didn't have a list of things to ask you. It wasn't an interview.
There's gonna have to be a part 2 at some point.
You just have so many
Yeah, no, no,
stories.
no.
Like, it's just so crazy that I've known you for so long and I've also been in so many different situations with you and you still have so many stories to tell.
Oh, you have no idea.
You know what I wanna do?
We can.
I want to get one of those 4 he mentioned earlier, and I want to play matchmaker and do a pod with him.
Oh, that's fun.
You could get those girls.
Can I? Probably not, but we can try.
I could.
Damn.
I have a direct connect.
What's up? Nuts.
Or you use your viewers and do like a bachelorette series, and I could go.
That's a
out
lot of
with your
work.
viewers.
We're not
That's
gonna
a
do
lot of
that
work.
shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I like that.
Listen,
So,
Brand's
okay.
ain't paying for that.
All right.
That's a heavy lift.
My bad.
That's a heavy lift.
I tried to shoot my shot with y'all.
Listen, we just gave you potentially an hour and a half with it, and you didn't like my idea.
I'm down with that if you can get them. I met her. I'm not even gonna get into this. I've met all that. I've been in an ice bath with Chantel Jeffries. That was like 20
remember
million
that.
views on Dose of Fusi.
That was at Vine Street, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
met
walk me
Father
through how
Kills.
we
I
got
met all
there.
these people. Man, there's so much shit, man.
And real quick,
one day I'm gonna release
Write a book?
YouTube. No, I'm gonna release a YouTube video. It's a 10-hour one. I'm gonna pick 2 moderators and I'm just gonna let them ask me questions and tell every single story for 10 hours.
So I feel like you just need to have like a 10-book series.
I mean, Red Bull.
Yeah.
He's right here for this sponsorship.
What you mean?
Just slam Red Bulls the whole time.
Oh, I'm down.
Yeah.
Any sponsorship.
Exactly.
Hinge, you want to sponsor me? I'll swipe. I'll
He'll also just take his account
Yeah,
back.
he'll also just take his account back.
I need that back. I really do.
I mean, for speaking so highly of it, I think that it would be detrimental to their brand for them to not give you your.
They don't give a shit.
The free promo that you give, you
don't give
have
a shit. They don't
give a
success
fuck.
stories.
They don't give a shit.
They don't
I've
care.
tweeted it. I've Instagrammed it. They don't care. They don't care.
Oh, well, their loss.
yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Their loss,
it's,
Foos.
hey, it's their
Their loss.
loss.
Their
Yeah.
loss.
You don't need
It
them.
is.
Yeah, they don't.
but
You
it'd
don't
be
need
really
them.
nice.
I ain't a catfish.
It'd be really nice if you got it back.
It'd be super nice. And if you're listening, you would love his account back.
All
Thank
right,
you very
so
much.
are we going to hear a podcast from you this year?
I don't know, man. This year,
I feel like you're made for podcasting.
Yeah, this is bullshit.
I feel like
I
you're
know,
made for
but
podcasting.
there's so many we can get into the long spectrum of that. There's a possibility, but I have so many things on the plate right now where I
Yeah.
don't know if I can throw another one on.
That's fair.
yeah.
That's
fair.
one thing I've learned. Like even when I started this year, I started with 3 channels: the Arabic channel, the podcast, and my own Fusi channel. And now I'm just on the Fusi channel.
Yeah.
I assume you learned Arabic as a child, right?
Yeah,
Do you ever lose it, or it would always just come back?
I have it for life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't imagine like speaking another language.
You don't lose Arabic.
Right.
Yeah.
Fucking him and Lana will just like have a side conversation. We're all just like, we're right here.
Yeah. That's a language that like, you know, how
It's
you
such
can,
a
like,
flex.
No, you can like pick up like Spanish and French and be like I could pick up some things.
Yeah.
Arabic, nothing. Not a
Oh,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
Not a thing.
Habibi. Habibti.
That part I got.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
say Habibi, Habibti.
That's as much as
And then
we
I
got.
watched Rami for a while and really liked that.
Rami was good.
Rami was so
Rami was
good.
So
Rami was so good.
I loved that. I feel like, and maybe it was all off and none of it was factual whatsoever. I don't know. I thought I learned a lot.
It was factual towards the millennial Muslims like Rami.
Right.
Because there's a whole conservative side, older heads, older generations who could watch that and be like, this is a disrespect to
Right.
our religion.
Oh, interesting.
But it wasn't tailored for them.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Just like my book. When these people read my book, oh shit.
Are they going to be upset?
I might move out the country.
Really?
It's
That bad?
yeah.
Ooh.
Remember when you almost moved to Dubai?
Here's the thing. Yeah. It's not bad. It's just, it could be just as bad as the person who's reading the book.
Yep.
The only difference is they're not telling the world that what their sins are,
Totally.
what their things are.
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
like-
Let ye without sin.
I'm gonna have
cast
a
the
lot
first
of
stone.
discussions about that once it's out.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing is that I don't think it matters what religion or ethnicity or whatever walk of life you come from. Everyone, quote unquote, sins. And I think some people are just more honest about it than others.
But people are gonna relate to this one.
That's what I'm saying is that's what I
Heavily.
like.
'Cause
I
it's
think
about
that
having a double life to your parents and
Right.
not coming out as who you really are in
Yep.
fear of what other people may think, hiding your worst demons, battling depression, suicidal ideations, addiction, everything.
On September 28th, pre-order on Amazon.
man, I got my pre-order and every time I go to my orders, actually, it's at the very top because it tells you when things are arriving.
Yay.
And that one just stays at the top because it's not coming until September.
I like to give Fuzi the biggest compliment I've ever given anyone on this show.
Oh shit, he doesn't do this very often, so I'm excited to see what this is.
No. And I think you'll agree.
Okay.
I genuinely believe
Uh-huh.
you could have a ridiculously sexful.
Sexful.
Whoa.
I genuinely believe you could have a ridiculously successful podcast by yourself.
I was thinking that as well.
And
when I tell you that like
Yeah.
Jeremy and I have uttered 6 words on this podcast and we're just like so entertained by just hearing your stories, you literally don't even need a wall to bounce things off
captivate.
of.
But I work best when I bounce off of people.
I mean, yeah, like get a co-host, but like they're just 99% of people could not do a podcast by themselves. You have that
Yeah.
ability.
But I might suggest you be the host.
Well, do you not remember what my Dose of Fusi vlogs used to be?
Yeah.
my vlogs used to be 45 minutes of dead ass me talking in like 7 different locations throughout the day.
All right, I don't know if you're that
A
entertaining.
12-minute conversation in my car, a 10-minute one in the bathroom, a 12-minute one in the gym.
Yeah, okay, yeah, but you
I
do
just
that,
talk.
You do that thing that like when you watch good comedians, they could talk about going to the dry cleaners, and
Yeah,
somehow
yeah.
It's still a good
it's cinematic
story,
masterpiece.
yeah.
There's so many stories. I'm trying to think right now because like I'm having fun here and I'm like, you guys are like letting me be free. I'm like, I don't want it to end. I'm trying to think of one more captivating story.
You want one
I don't
more?
know.
Give us a good story.
I'm trying to think.
Give us a good story.
I'm trying to think. I'm happy that this is the first podcast that I didn't spend talking about my past and what I did to get out of that. A lot of your viewers probably don't know. This is probably their first time seeing
Yeah,
me
I mean,
in
we
years.
have viewers from again like just like so many different corners of the internet and the world and stuff. It's been super interesting.
Yeah. What I do like though is one time Jeremy texted me and he said they were doing a podcast episode and he was like, what was the question? What was it?
Yeah, it was what's a question that only Lauren would know the answer? No, wait, what was it?
What's a question that only you would know to ask Lauren, that nobody else in the world would know to ask her because only the two of you.
Yeah.
And the
Like-
fact that she got that, I immediately within 3 seconds texted him back and it was like something along the lines of,
Oh, you were quick on it.
yeah, what was it? It wasn't who's the most controversial.
No,
friend
it
you
was
had.
like
who is stuck by you?
even though their career could be detrimental
Yeah.
to yours or something like that. Yeah, that's right. That's
Lauren,
right.
Lauren stayed true, man. She stayed true. And I appreciate that because in this industry, you'd be surprised. When I was
Oh, yeah,
down,
fuck.
there's a lot of people who didn't look my way. Now that I'm going back up, you'd be surprised at who now is all of a
They
sudden.
answer your
like, I was just
calls.
at the YouTube TikTok
Yeah,
event. All of a sudden, hey, Fousey, you killing
Yeah.
it, brother. You back. And all of a sudden, I was like,
Yeah, where were you when shit was hitting the fan?
Is your
Yeah.
Instagram change? Your number not working anymore?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I will say though, and not to like pump your ego up a little bit more, but Lauren is pretty good about distancing herself from things that she doesn't believe is good for her. So the fact that she stuck through with some bad times meant that she knew there was going to be good times eventually,
Yeah.
which is pretty impressive.
I was going to post a story about this on my way here, but I think I'm just going to say it to your audience. I think a lot of girls will take this to the head if they made it this far into the podcast.
They did. They all
I
did.
bet.
Okay. Listen,
yeah,
I bet.
bet.
Listen, ladies, listen.
This
listen.
voice.
Ladies, too often, and I'm saying this as a person who does it as well, and I'm trying to learn from it. Too often, we're stuck chasing the people and the things that don't want us, but we want them to want us. And we're going after them like, why don't you want us? Like texting, oh, they didn't text back. Let me double text, let me triple text, let me call, let me show this much admiration, love, but you're not getting any reciprocation back. Instead of doing that, start channeling your energy to attract the things that are gonna want you just as much as you want them and meet in the middle instead of going after something that clearly doesn't want you or doesn't fit for you. Just because they don't want you doesn't mean it's the thing that you need. Sometimes the thing that you actually need is the thing that you don't want because it's easily accessible and right there, but it's the thing that you actually need and it's there for you. So oftentimes I find myself trying to be friends with people who at the end of the day just don't want to be friends with me.
Right.
But I yearn for their friendship.
Yeah.
And I continuously put myself down and then feel bad. Why did I send that text? Why did I do that? Why did I do that? They don't give a shit about me. Why am I chasing that when there's 10 other people who do want to be my friend?
I mean, the shit that we always say on this podcast is like, if he wanted to, he would have.
100%.
If they wanted to, they would have. If she wanted to, she
100%.
would have.
100%.
Yeah, 100%. No, we preach that shit all the time.
All the time.
I mean, I think that was some. I bet no cap 100. What was the one you were saying when
A buck.
A buck. That's
A
the one I was
buck.
supposed to say.
Give it a buck.
That's the honesty on a buck, no cap.
I'm from the Bay Area.
No, you're not.
I swear to God, I
He
am.
really is.
They're from Jersey.
No, his brother's in Jersey.
No.
Yeah.
I'm from the Bay.
Don't you own property in Jersey?
Yeah.
Do you own property here?
No.
No.
Well,
Hell no.
I've actually stayed at Fousey's, like where he grew up in the Bay Area.
really?
Yeah.
Huh?
When we went to the Warriors
Oh
game.
my God.
Yeah, remember?
Holy shit.
What
That
game?
was so fun.
That's before we even sold that house. That's insane how long I've known you.
Getting old.
Wow. Yeah.
We went to game 7 of the Warriors.
What a waste.
What? It was
Fighting words.
No, Lauren. She you don't care.
Oh,
you had fun?
I had so much
Yeah, but
fun.
it could have been game. It could have been
That was my
preseason.
first NBA game I'd ever been
And
to.
it was wild.
Was game 7 of, is that crazy?
That's only you. Only you would find
No,
yourself
but
in that situation. You know how
it was
expensive
with
that seat was?
SeatGeek. You were doing a deal with SeatGeek and they
Yeah.
finessed the whole thing for us to
Yeah.
go.
Well, I hear
Damn.
SeatGeek's got some leftover budget right now.
Yeah, seriously.
Shit, well, where was that budget when they were giving me the brand deals?
Yeah, seriously.
My budget was, hey, we'll give you tickets to the game. David Dobrik's brand deal was.
I was like, let's give you 6 Teslas to give away.
yeah, what the fuck? Shit.
Oh my God. Yeah, Dan, that was a long time ago. Okay, well, I feel like this is the least that Jeremy and I have ever had to talk, and I was still so entertained.
There's part 2 coming out
Yeah,
eventually.
part 2 coming.
I hope I
Yeah.
didn't talk too much.
No, this is great. Are you kidding? You have so
Yeah.
many good stories.
Trust me, there's a lot we didn't talk about.
And on September 28th, on Amazon, your book publisher's like, thank God.
Yeah,
someone's
thank God
promoting
this
that thing.
promo coming in hot.
Promo, hey, get that book. It's a good one, man. I promise you. Okay, the person who proofread the book,
Right.
literally sent a note to my publishers and said, I want you to relay this message to Yusuf. And they sent a message along the lines of, I've never felt like so captivated reading someone's story. It felt like I was right there sitting next to him as he was telling me about all these burdens that have happened in his life. And it was written in a very, 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 very well done manner.
So is like this going to Hulu?
Like
Netflix?
it's
Who's
a
buying
book
this?
where even when I read it and it's my life story, I like as sweat is drizzling down, I couldn't stop turning the pages.
Isn't jizzling?
Yeah, jizzling
that was
down, sweat
jizzling.
I didn't say
jizzling.
jizzling,
He's a little
Run it back.
jizzling.
drizzling.
Little,
sure.
little drizzle,
Drizzling.
The thing
jizzling.
we can all take away from this entire
The one thing to take away is that when Fuzi sweats, it's
It's
jizzling.
jizzling. Foos,
Y'all
are there any
disgusting.
specific countries you want to say hello to?
Country?
Yeah.
Yes, we do this thing where you shout out like specific countries. So
Yeah,
it'd be like,
Yes.
Yes. Dead ass. I bet.
no cap,
No cap. Buck.
book.
Um,
Thinks of 0 countries.
You can't think of a single country?
I'm gonna say something, but it's gonna turn off so many potential girls that might have been interested
Oh,
in me.
God.
Oh no, here we go.
Yeah.
You were doing so well.
I know. Well,
I'm just gonna say it.
okay, go for it.
I'm a really smart guy. Like I can give advice on a lot of things.
That's a great way to start.
I wrote a freaking book
Right.
in a year
Okay.
with the help of
Where's this going?
the 2 others.
Yeah, where's this going?
I don't know what countries like. I don't know what countries are. Like if you said a name of something right now and asked me, is it a city or a country? I wouldn't know.
Fuzi, I am the exact fucking way. I could name like 6 countries. I'm so bad at
I can't name
geography.
2.
Thank you,
Canada and the United States.
thank you for tuning in, Latvia. Have a good night.
Bye.
Doesn't know countries.